Good evening. It is Friday, March 15th, 2024 here in Sarasota, Florida. Not sure what this recording will be used for. Just want to capture a smidget. I met somebody a little over a week ago. I met a man that has sort of sent a little bit of a reverberation through me that I haven't experienced in a very long time. Do I think there's any long-term potential there? I hate to jump too far into the linear future, but I wouldn't put money on it. But I will see him at least one more time in the relatively near future. Won't have a lot of time with him, but I will see him. And I will see him in his element. And I will bear witness to him doing something at a level that surpasses most in his realm of work. And the way it feels, the way he does the surpassing, it's not, I really don't feel that it's to outdo anybody or that it comes from competition. It comes from passion. This man has passion, high standards, believes that if you're going to do something, why would you not do it as fantastically as you can the first time? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if I only see him from afar doing his work and never speak to him again. I know that's not going to happen. But what feels so incredible is to allow myself to connect to this feeling that I haven't had in over a decade. Without attachment. I don't care what happens. Am I imagining one or two things happening? Yes. Yes, I am. And actually fucking having a blast doing so. Because it's ignited. I'm ignited. My fuck, man. I met a man, not a boy, not a wounded boy. I met a man, and I've done a really good job in my past attracting extremely strong people, men and women, into my life's path. Extremely strong people with unbelievable magnitudes of energy, unbelievable gifts, skills, and power, personal power. But most of those people, not 100%, a lot of them, especially the ones in my most intimate relationships, all I knew how to draw in that regard was wounded beings, most notably emotionally wounded. Not exclusive to emotional wounds, but definitely dominated by deep emotional wounds that go back to immediate family roots. And when you experience that in your immediate family, many never find how to attract healthy relationships. It's incredibly challenging to break those patterns because we end up perpetuating them well into adulthood, or we can, some of us. I perpetuated mine into my mid-30s without understanding or having the awareness that that was what I was doing. So therefore, when I finally gained the awareness, it has taken every bit of almost 14 years, a solid 13 years since my awakening. And my awakening, more than anything, was a remembrance of the ability to validate and love myself and not need it from all the external wounded relationships from which I was seeking that love. And all I ever kept getting was pain. And what it made it more torturous was that I knew then, I know now, and I will know and continue to know that feeling of when the love is there, but only the fear is known how to be dialed into. The love's there, but it gets trumped by the fear. And that's a particular kind of vibration. But finally, I'm have learned these lessons. I've learned, finally, how to give myself voice and value wholeheartedly and completely. And this is so recent. It pinnacled after multiple other demonstrations of this in my life and standing up and making choices from finally self-love and self-worth and self-value at the magnitude, the high magnitude that I merit those things. It came full circle with clicking into something I did just a month and a half, 2 months ago. So now I'm experiencing the reverberations of that unprecedented choice I made in that particular example of standing up for myself, my value, my time, my experience. And I'll tell you, the energy of the man with whom, who's responsible for jolting my heart, the man that I'm been pondering now all week, he respected me in a way in my world of work. Not my world, not my dream world, my 3D world, my event world. It's been dominated, especially in recent years, by incredibly powerful people who are unwilling or unable to respect me, genuinely respect me. And you feel respect, and you feel it when you're not respected. And yes, that is an ego 3D feeling, but it is one that I had to learn how to recognize and demand when I am navigating my way through the 3D world, which for me right now is most demonstrated in my event world. And in the capacity of the role that I was playing when meeting this man, and the stark contrast of how he worked with and treated me for the short days we had working together. Unbelievably noticeable, undeniable, and like I said, in stark contrast to most of the guys with his level of experience and role in this industry. There are a number. I have the respect of a lot of guys that I've worked with, but I can say honestly, I've never felt even remotely close what his energy exuded. And listen, it wasn't even an overt respect. It was just a complete lack of needing to throw his ego in my face and to throw all of his accomplishments and to just it just feel insecurity. Nothing was thrown in my face to make sure that I knew I was less than, energetically or with words. So it wasn't even overtly respecting me that he was doing. It was just not trying to battle me and usurp me energetically, and very sneaky with a lot of the ways it's, and you only know and believe and understand this if you've been treated the same way, especially in work environments. And I will say, it is a very specific frequency of a hierarchy of energy. And in this case, I will not shut off my feminine energy completely. I won't. I will not go head to head in the testosterone game. I will not. There are limits to that ego battle that I just will not cross. And that has meant that I've eaten it energetically by guys that know better. And this man had never met me. And again, it wasn't that he overtly, I mean, I think he did. I think I made a good impression. I think he did respect me, what little he saw and observed. But it wasn't the overt action of respect. It was just the lack of feeling that need to dominate and make sure I knew, that I definitely wasn't on the same level. And given this man's reputation, which far preceded my meeting him, I'm astounded still, and I am impressed, and I am deeply affected by that level of maturity, because I haven't experienced it all that much, not with the masculine energy. So, yep, I'm going to ride the wave. What it's allowing me to feel within myself as I continue to quite literally triangulate, because this will represent the third male in my life in the past 6.5 months that has profoundly affected my journey. Profoundly. Simply by being healthy, powerful, supportive, if only by not being combative energetically with me. Energy of these strong men in my world, and how each of these 3 men are literally helping me to continue to build scar tissue over very deep wounds, as it pertains to the unique experiences of just having powerful people project their fears and their insecurities onto you long before you understood what was happening, and accepting a lifetime of that, and finally being able to break the pattern of accepting that shit as yours. I don't accept it. And as such, I'm ready finally to receive real love. And I'm just allowing myself to be with this, if only in my head and my imagination. And this crazy story I'm weaving Like I said, why would I not? I'm not attached to any of it. I don't even have to shake his hand again or give him a hug again. And what this past week has been for me, as I process what an interaction with that energy has done for me, I'll forever be grateful, and he will have forever affected my life at a profound time. And I'm humbled by it. And I'm just in bliss about it. If, despite just sharing it with myself, like, God damn, this world is so beautiful. It's unbelievable what we could co-create, what we are co-creating. There is a beautiful shift happening. It doesn't have to be insane. It doesn't have to be combative. It doesn't have to involve wars and hate and distraction and enslavement and continued blocking of humanity's real light and truth and power. But you do have to agree to dial into a different station. Because it's right there. It surrounds us. It's right there. And it's not easy to share. It scares the shit out of you. Because we've been told our whole lives that this wasn't real. Too good to be true. Life's not supposed to be like that. Bullshit. I call bullshit. Feeling what I'm feeling, experiencing what I'm experiencing right now, processing as I'm processing, integrating, reconciling, aligning. It's not all unicorns and rainbows. There's major bumps in the road. There's accidents. Shit happens. But it's all part of it. No, man, I'll take the whole package, thank you very much. And I'll carry this little story in my head for at least the next few months. And then likely I'll be inspired all over again. Because I won't just sit in a golf cart next to this gentleman for a day or two. I'll bear witness to him in his absolute element, in his hometown, shining bright. And despite not knowing him, hardly at all, that shine is not something, he can't help it. It's not fake. It's not surface level. This man is deeply passionate. And you can't fake passion. You really can't. So, passion recognizes passion. And it's rare to find, to feel that sort of passion. And we channel it towards different things, to be certain. But the frequency of passion, man, let's work to align to that. Instead of the frequency of hate, frequency of judgment, frequency of anger, the frequency of battling. Let's fucking learn how to align to the frequency of love and compassion and dreaming and aspiring. And find our hearts, what our hearts desire, and let love lead. Let's figure out how to co-create a world with that. That's what I'm doing. And I'm done settling for anything less than that.